Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Ramadan Mubarak, Ramadan Kareem to all of you or whoever will celebrate this beautiful month. So all my OG usual suspects and my friends, my students, congratulate and hope you will spend wonderful time with your family in this wonderful month. And so just because I posted a long time ago uh, some information, some details about Ramadan and what and when is Ramadan and why or how people actually spend this time. And I actually wrote an article about it in my blog and also have in other wonderful, magazines and websites as well. So Ramadan is actually it's the ninth month for in Islamic calendar, and we call that Islamic lunar calendar. And so it's different than the Georgian one for sure. And people start fasting. Maybe you already know. If you don't know, so you should know now. And it begins up on the visual sighting of the last full moon. So last full moon, you have this we call hilal, which we observing this month, this uh, holy month, and it lasts about from 29 to 30 days. This year will start in March 10th, almost. So for sure, it depends on it depends on every country because sometimes we can Egypt, for example, as Egyptians, we can be earlier than Saudi Arabian people or than Khalij, for example, some regions or some countries they actually observe. But usually it's, especially last, um, maybe last 5 years, it's, we almost the same time. Anyway, the purpose of Ramadan, why, or the goal of Ramadan, why people actually separate or why people fast Ramadan. So that's what it's, I would say, is more important and more essential for us because it's not just about food. Because many people actually, when they hear or when they know that Ramadan's coming, as imagine, which is it's part of it. It's unfortunately it's a culture, but it's not the real essence of Ramadan. Ramadan is more about fasting. So for sure, food is not it's not the main goal. It's not the main goal of that. So, but anyway, it's originated as observation of this the first revelation of Ramadan of Quran, and so revelation of Quran at that time was Ramadan. The first evidence or revelation, it was in Ramadan. So that's why many people say why this month, especially, why this is a very holy month, because it means so much for people. And besides, people are fasting, and during this month or this blessed month, we actually Muslims or all over the world abstain abstain from food, drinks, um, maybe many physical activities, including sexual activities. If you are married, uh, you cannot have any relationship with your wife, even. Smoking for sure. If you are a smoker, well, you have to quit smoking anyway. But that's maybe it's a good. Honestly, I quit smoking in Ramadan. One of uh, one of the Ramadans before. It was a very good opportunity for people who smokes to quit smoking if they are Muslims anyway. If even non-Muslims, you should smoke. You should not smoke. So Ramadan is really much more than just not eating or just not drinking, or it's a purifying the soul. And I actually wrote in my book about meditation, Arabic and ancient Egyptian meditations, that fasting was not just only um, it's not just only Arab or Muslim tradition. Even ancient Egyptian people used to fast, and not wasn't like wasn't like completely for religious causes like what we do nowadays, but it's was kind of self-discipline and was kind of practicing and kind of sacrifice ritual related to the sacrifice for God, and that time for gods in ancient Egyptian life. But the practice actually for us is a bit longer, which means fasting 30 days. Each day you are at least 16 hours. Sometimes, some countries even fast even more. But for Muslims, it's like more about the five pillars of Islam. So it's like you have to شهادة أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمد رسول الله وإقام الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة وصوم Ramadan. So it's like considered to be one of the five. And indeed, in the five activities that shape Muslims' life. And so, which it seemed like prayer. You have to pray 5 times a day. You have to fast Ramadan every year. So, uh, and we have more than that. But fasting is actually is the goal of fasting is not just only because you have to fast, so you have to quit the pleasure, and you'll have to um, just this make annual habit every year, just to, it's reduction ourselves um, from all these distractions, you know what I mean, that we are consuming almost every day about, to kind of everyday, routine. So in this kind of liberating your soul, your body, okay, so your soul will be um, free, I would say, because imagine that you don't eat, and at the same time, many scientists or many researchers saying that even intermediate fasting, or even sometimes people say prolonging fasting, but for sure it's kind of same like what people actually do as a healthy practice, but it's more than just uh, practice or religious practice, or even just a fitness, or a healthy way. So it's actually we kind of trying to live essentially these days to clean up our lives, our thoughts, our feelings from all that dirt of everyday life. And we kind of fasting, which literally means siyam or saum. It's actually in even Arabic language, sama or sauma. It means refrain, like you refrain yourself from all that, so your soul will, get uh, refrain it, okay, which is not just the food and drinks, only distractions, even also from evil activities, evil thoughts, evil actions, evil words. Even if you say something, you cannot really fight with anyone. Well, I mean, you should not fight with anyone anytime, but in this time, especially if you do, then your fasting will not be um, counted, or will be uh, will be wrong, or you should not do that, because fasting, it means like you cannot really say any bad words, so you cannot think even about it. Try for sure, because it's not so easy to sit someone stop thinking about something. It's just a reminder for people also who suffer, especially homeless and poor people, and even people actually are victims everywhere, especially in this Tibet, you know, um, unfortunate and unpleasant people who are suffering nowadays, Gaza, or children, innocent, all that. You should really, um, you are kind of feeling for even just for a little time, because you are not uh, starving, from hunger. For sure you're gonna eat after a small amount of time, but at least at this time you started to feel how people feeling this, or imagine how that's how that can uh, look like or feel like. Feel also the empathy for all people, all kind of people. uh, I would say, like, we cannot meet, we cannot just meet all, like, all that beautiful, um, like all these beautiful things in a perfect way. We do our best in this, but just we're trying to just imagine that how that how that how people want to suffer. So it's kind of also about charity. People in these days really uh, should give a charity for people in need, poor people for sure, and also that's kind of uh, give the balance for people. I mean, for sure, for sure, like charity, um, it should be everywhere, anytime, even. But that's just a way of one of the activities that people actually like to do. Generosity and period of fasting, if you combine with reflection, self-discovery, self-reflection, devotion, and generosity, and how actually people do that here. It is not something I say, but it's just what how Arabs and Muslims actually um, do that during this month. While for sure, the fasting is the first, is all very essential, but you have also to pray with fasting. Also family visits, family beautiful also for sure. I'm going to maybe to talk about the beautiful decoration of Ramadan, or how people love to celebrate. I talked about it before. I even made a video about Fanus Ramadan and lantern of Ramadan, and how people actually were, uh, especially Egyptians, by the way, they invented how Fanus, and nowadays maybe it's just a kind of advanced form of Fanus or lantern, the very beautiful traditional lantern, Fanus. That's how we say in Egyptian or in Arabic language. And then in classical, we say Misbah. In Egyptian, we say Fanus. And then people start to really decorate, decorate it more and add some, different beautiful details to Fanus, and became, or now it becomes more beautiful for sure, because you can put a candle inside, you can put a lamp, you can put anything that's just beautiful. And the history of Fanus back in a century ago, from Mu'izz al-Din al-Fatimi. I don't know if you ever visit Mu'izz Street, you know what I'm talking about. This is the name of Mu'izz al-Din Allah, Sultan Mu'izz al-Din Allah, and he was one of the ruler of Egypt at the time. And people, uh, when he came the first time, they were standing at the gate of Cairo, of old Cairo, and they were, holding fanus, or more than one lanterns, to enlighten him, or to give him um, lighted entrance when he comes. So that's started to be a tradition since the time. That's about Fanus. Maybe I will also talk to you more about it, the traditions of Ramadan and how people uh, like to celebrate Ramadan. They have also Ma'idat Rahman, which is, we call literally the table of the merciful, which is a very big food table, wonderful food table that people cook and bring the food to share with in streets, or in a very very long, and maybe you saw this before. People still do that tradition. It's very hard time in some other countries, like in Egypt, for example. But even with all that economic issues and crisis, the people didn't stop to do this such a wonderful tradition, because it's the concept of that is about to lead people who cannot afford to buy food, who cannot afford even to eat or to cook anything. That they are fasting with you, so you come with your food and bring it with you and invite them to eat with you. It's very beautiful. It's just lovely. And once I was even anyone, not just the passenger, for example, the time of iftar. We talk about the time. People fasting from the down, which is before the sunrise, the down until, sorry, from the before the sunrise until the down, okay, which is, close to the sunset, okay. So this time, yeah, you can imagine, you can, it's, you think about it, it's like 16, maybe more or less. So it's this self-control in this time. You have to be you have to get this self-discipline, and how you can really you know try to be a better human being, better Muslim, better man or woman. Also, this kind of healthy lifestyle, which is, I consider myself, many people have changed their routine. I told you, like, even myself, I quit smoking one of these times, and it's very beautiful. So it's special time for Muslims, and but the feelings also and the lessons we experience should be all, should stay with us all the time of the year, or the rest of the time, throughout the year for sure. But just an example, because imagine that every year you have one time, or maybe 29 days, 30 days, you practice self-discipline, and and this ritual. So, and also considering that, also sharing this empathy and feeling people hunger, and feeling how people endure and experience this suffering. So when you are putting some of that, and also abstaining from food and drinks and all these distractions for your soul. And this one of the things that actually even Al-Ghazali, Arabic scholar, he mentioned about it, like how he felt so wonderful when he started to practice fasting. Even some people, besides Ramadan, some people really like to fast every Monday, or every Thursday sometimes, or every Monday and Thursday every week during the year. So it's even, sometimes I like to do it as a part of, maybe not just as a part of religion, but as a part of lifestyle as well. So it's really beautiful, because somehow we have a lot of toxins, in our body, and we need to maybe quit eating, and that's kind of helping us to focus on many different things in our life. Maybe also some people say that dopamine and oxytocin, somehow with fasting, you are bringing that balance back, and you actually kind of, many digest system feel very, 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 even honestly, myself included, my digestive system is, is messing up sometimes, sometimes I eat and whether I go to gym or I don't go to gym, so I need somehow a diet. And so it's kind of controlling your lifestyle at the same time. It's spiritually, you are refraining yourself, your soul from very, very, very from that routine of every day. So that's all. I also include this beautiful article. I have a free book of Ramadan. Um, it's available on my blog, blog.il.academy.com. Also, I posted in many wonderful magazines, Fanous, and other websites. So check them out. Uh, I want to give shout out to all my OG usual suspects, my friends, my students, for for also succeeding and completed our wonderful level. Also, I have Arabic language course. Ramadan is also not doesn't mean stop working. I work. I don't stop working, but I keep my classes. Uh, uh, at the same times. No, no, just only the time of iftar. It's just very like 1 2 hours. Maybe I take just a break, and for sure some other activities also. But I have essential Arabic for travelers. It's coming soon. I have Arabic language course A1 and A2 all in one, and I also have Arabic موشحات workshop, have Arabic language workshop. So I have many wonderful Arabic classes, and you can also download and can check them out at our bookstore, www.bookstore.il.arabicacademy.com. All the workshops, all the classes also you can take with me at my group classes or even one-on-one. So you can email me. My page is facebook.com/Ahmed Swifi official. My Instagram is instagram.com/Ahmed Swifi underscore official. Also, my website www.ilarbicacademy.com. My blog, as I said, blog.ilarbicacademy.com for wonderful vlogs, lessons, articles, songs translations, culture, traditions, many wonderful topics also there. And what else? My email actually, it's ilarbicacademy@gmail.com. You can also message me anytime, anywhere, even on my Facebook. Have a wonderful Ramadan, Ramadan Mubarak. And don't forget also my YouTube channels, youtube.com/user/connect Arabic. I post many wonderful lessons there, and see you soon.